Or how to maybe, or sorry, no, I'm gonna butcher this. Or how to maybe capture a psychic hominid.
Woo-woo.
Hello. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah. Hi everybody, I'm Dylan.
Hi Dylan.
Hi, Dylan.
Tell us what you did here.
I'm the director of Barbrix.
Congratulations, well done. So, I have so many questions because I have so many questions. First of all, I want to talk about voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
What was the impetus for that being our kind of journey into the story?
Well, that didn't come until the edit, so that was not in the original script.
Okay.
And the editing process was pretty brutal. After like a year of sitting on the footage and kind of not knowing what to do with it, I kind of rediscovered the project and found a path in, but also recognized that there were some gaps that needed to be filled. And so I worked with the writer and determined that originally there was no voiceover there, and it was just the imagery, and it was moving kind of slow, and there seemed like there was a lot of opportunity for not just exposition, but of I guess contextualization. And so, yeah, we felt that would be nice, and I think that kind of came side by side with the title, because there was originally a different title, and I liked the framing of it being, whether it's like a journal entry or it's a podcast or whatever, of Sir Charles, of not maybe like teasing the audience that like this is a tutorial on how to catch a hominid, but really it's about their relationship, of course. And so I liked that maybe in her mind that was the framing of what she was describing. But it's really to sort of uncover some relationship things.
How did you find your cast? Because that very particular brand of comedy, to be able to give us like sarcastic, but not go too far, but keep it dry, but not really, is a skill.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you find your cast?
Well, they're both sitting up there.
Hello.
And I think they did an incredible job. But I think it was maybe Breakdown Express. I'm getting a nod, yes. So I just posted it. I did a round. I got like probably 2,000 submissions for each, and then whittled it down, and then gave the offer to Bianca for Sir Charles, and some other person for Barbrix, who then declined the offer. And
We don't like her.
no, and I'm very happy she declined. Yeah. I'm very happy she declined.
Don't like her, don't know her, don't like her.
And then I did a second round, and Sydney just immediately, like, when I saw her audition, I immediately was drawn to that one the most. But then what was interesting was that she told me later, I don't know if it was on set or in rehearsals, that she had actually applied for the first round, and in between rounds had buzzed her hair. And so I had long hair the first time, and I didn't even like notice. So, yeah.
Note to all my actors in the room, shave your head. That is your answer. I'm not the only one who loved your cast. Filmmakers Award for Outstanding Cast Performance in a Sci-Fi. So congratulations. Best Short Film for a Sci-Fi.
Oh, wow.
And Outstanding Originality for a Sci-Fi.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We pull off the fingernail.
Mm-hmm.
What? Talk to me.
That came in a later draft. I don't know, at a certain point, I'm not a writer. I don't like writing. I've had friends that are writers, and that works much better. But we were throwing a bunch of ideas around, maybe too many. And at some point I said, let me do a draft where I just kind of do it myself, because I had so many notes. And I went through, and by the time I got to the end, I realized like, oh, she should pick the nail off, because I think that the getting rid of the hand in the fire, you know, she's editing her life, right? And like keeping the 2% that matters and getting rid of the rest. And so for me, that's like, the hand obviously represents the hominid, and so she's like getting rid of that in favor of the relationship. And so I think the hominid, for whatever it was worth, got her to that point in her life, and so she picked the nail as just a little, not even a token, but just like a piece of whatever that was in her life, and then took that forward, and it was useful as a pick for the guitar. So I thought it was kind of weird and gross and fun, but then it felt like it had weight to it as well.
Agreed to all of the above.
Yeah.
The Sweet Feels in the Box.
Mm-hmm.
That commercial break was fabulous. Tell me about it.
Well, that also that was a reshoot, so that was inserted later on. I just felt that there needed to be more, it needed to be made clear that we were literally talking about a box of feelings. That that wasn't a euphemism, like it was just a literal box of feelings. And so I told Eddie, the writer, like, let's make a commercial, let's cut away to a commercial here. And I think it also builds out the world. You know, the world it was very important to feel that this was taking place in a world that felt like there was, not just lived in, but that it went beyond the screen. And so this seemed like a really good way to kind of continue that effort, because I think also sound design and production design were the two other elements and locations that could really do that. But then this solved two problems. One, it made the world bigger, and then two, it just made it clear that we are talking about a box of feelings.
I have a question about that box of feelings,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm also going to open up to our wonderful audience here. Anybody else have questions? In the back.
Me?
Yes.
I thought the art direction was sumptuous.
Yes.
Can you talk to me about the process of collaborating with your art directors?
Yeah, so when I started the project, or once we had the script, the first element I put in place was the music. Mostly technically because I knew that I needed the actress to learn the guitar solo at the end. So I needed time for that. But also because I wanted the inspiration from the sound. So I got the soundtrack done first. Then was the production designer. And I knew I needed to find a production designer who was willing to go on a journey with me over the course of the next year and a half or whatever. That was one, not concerned about like making their full day rate for every hour that they work, but that was interested in the project and, you know, could go, when we both had free weekends, go location scouting and everything. And I forget how I found her, but just the most incredible production designer like ever. And I still just feel so lucky that I found her. And so she brought so much to the project and took ideas that I had and then just ran with it and showed up on the day with so many kind of extra ideas. And so we did the locations together, and then she and her team just knocked it out of the park. And the hand actually was like the third element. Before I had even cast, I got that manufactured because I knew I couldn't just go to like Spirit Halloween and get, you know, something. It had to like look real. So I paid a lot of money for that. And it had to technically be able to pull the nail off.
Yeah. It's so gross and great. Right here. Yes. Oh, did you have a question?
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Oh.
Where did you shoot, and how many production days did you have of shooting?
We shot in Crestline for 3 days, and then we moved to the Palomar Mountains, which is like between here and San Diego, for 2 days. And then we had sort of like 3 half days of pickups. 1 full day was just for the Hominid, which was also Sydney in the prosthetics.
Oh.
Other questions? Yes, right in front.
So, one of my new favorites of the festival, oh my gosh, I loved how they were speaking a slightly different language than we were familiar with, but we understood all the beats because of the actresses. I gotta give you guys some props for just delivering all those feels.
Yeah.
And forgive my ignorance, is it referencing some kind of other source material to Sir Charles, or was that completely original from you guys, creating your own language of sorts?
Yeah, and that's all Eddie. I mean, I can't take credit for that. I mean, Eddie's a
Famous source
brilliant
material.
writer, and he's very like, if you met him, this makes sense. So, yeah, that's all Eddie.
Nice.
And that's not, like, he doesn't write all of his writing like that, but this is one example of what he produces, yeah.
Cool.
Right in the back.
I love the physicality of your actors.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering if you had conversations around the physical language that they had, particularly like the shot of like person with their neck on the.
Yeah.
That looks really painful.
Yeah, I think it was painful. Sydney can probably speak to that. Yeah, that pose was actually written in the script. Eddie put that in the script. But yeah, the physicality also, like another scene that comes to mind is the long walk and talk. Because actually, in my mind, that whole scene is all about the physicality. Like what she's saying doesn't matter. She's giving some kind of like fun fact about how the GOP created the hominids. So they had some more voters, but that's actually not relevant. What's relevant is the body language, right? Is that Barbrix is marching forward and that Sir Charles is sort of realizing in that moment that she's really hurt Barbrix. And that all comes through in their silhouettes, which is why that's a shot like that. So I think to answer your question, I don't think we had overarching conversations about that, but it came up in various moments. But also I think they just naturally embodied these characters so beautifully that, yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about their performances, honestly.
I mean, they did get outstanding cast performance.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Yes.
How long did it take you to learn that solo?
It was on and off for maybe like I would touch it for maybe like a couple times in a week and then leave it alone for another couple weeks. So it probably took me like on and off like 2-3 months to really like sit down and like work on it.
Are you a guitar player?
Not like as a hobby. Like
Yeah.
I don't do it other than.
So you dabble.
Yeah, I dabble. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Impressive. Impressive all around, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Outstanding Sci-Fi.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And last but certainly not least, the B. Hello.
Hello. Hey, everybody.
What's your name? Tell us what you did.
My name is Ben, and I wrote, directed, produced, and edited the movie. So,
Indie filmmaking, guys.
yeah.
I know none of you know about this, but indie filmmaking is kind of hard. Mostly because you